And so I think we're almost ready. And as soon as Sensei turns on his camera, we should be ready to go. Thank you all for coming.
We're there.
And Sensei, good evening.
Am I on?
You are on, Sensei. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Okay. Same old story, taking another angle slant on it. Okay. The major layout doesn't change, but how we approach it, what we use to help us continue navigate into finer and finer, that can vary. Okay. But the basic map, if you would, of creation, pretty much is the basic map. Okay. Okay. Healing possibilities. All right. We've covered some of the things a bit. So we mentioned the story of it happened in the early days in Aikido. Remember, we had a lot of skiers at the time, and they would break their arm skiing. And but we're also doing a bit of energy flow in class, and so it was not unusual. It happened more than a couple of times, at least a few times, where the doctor said, "Wow, your bone is healing fast," and it got to the point where I expected the doctor to say that with any of my Aikido students who had broken their arm. Healing faster than the norm, kind of thing. Okay, so what is that based on? Another story here. I like rotator cuff tears. Okay, so I've been tore up a bit. One time I had a very bad tear, and rotator can't lift your arm. You can't pour a pot of coffee, which was horrible. Can't do that. Can you see me? Is that adjusted right? Yep. See, I'm outside the screen. There we go. Anyway, there we go. So just funning around in class, and there was an Aikido guy there who was a physical therapist. And of course, I can't move my arm, but I settle, basic, into a little finer energy dimension. No big deal, just fairly quick one. And in that energy dimension, I raised my arm. I did a couple of fancies. And he said, "You're not supposed to be able to do that." Well, in my normal physical level, I can't. But easy and settle and get to an energy dimension. It's a pretty close one. And from that level, Ken could do things. Okay? For a while. So following that trajectory, following that path, so basic, settle, easy the eye, facilitates opening up so that you're moving into a finer inner. Remember, these lines here are inner lines, they're not out there lines. When you're inner, you might have some a better sense of out there. But the process work we do is interdimensional into finer vibration rates, into the fuller of that. Okay. So you had practice with a 1x, 2x to 3x, had a pretty good sense of that. Okay. Healing. I think I want to present some different possibilities. Okay, so one of them might be, let me stand. Okay, the basic, there we go. The basic energies up, energies down. We've touched on that some class or t'other. Easy, settle. With a sense, there are energies. Hang on. Ooh, move that. Settle open. There are energies that move up and down, or if you like, move down and up. Okay, whatever is your first preference. Easy, settle, open. Energies from a little bit deeper, moving up and back down. You don't stay with just the idea, but I need an idea to get started. But the energies that move up is after a bit more of a sensed feeling. They seem to be stopping about here. Easy. They go down. Seem to be stopping about my feet, flat feet on the rug level. Okay, so boom to boom. Okay, so at the level I'm at now, that's where the up and down energies are moving. Okay, as you play with sense experiencing, you get to measure your own in whatever form is, again, easy for you, comfortable for you. Now, here on this first simple centered body approach kind of thing, as the energies up and down are more in harmony or balance with each other. As the up and down, sense of balance. And again, with a little practice, you get to feel, oh yeah, that level of balance feels better than 5 minutes ago or whatever. At a level of balance, the energies are free. Therefore, there's a bit of a natural emanation, outflow. Let me check my system right now, where I'm at. Okay, I'm starting to smile a bit. No reason to smile, but this is happening. And a real desire to straighten a bit, as if something is pushing me straighter. A little bit more. I'm here, not fantastic, I'm here, but more I'm here than a couple of minutes ago. Okay, so what I'm presenting is balance energies at their balance point, a natural emanation through the heavier, I'm doing inner finer, but they outflow through the heavier. That's why I can feel my skin glow after a while, for example, or my face starts to smile, or my body's affected because it wants to straighten a bit. It feels better. As if I was in a 1x1 space before, now I'm in a 2x2 kind of thing. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so first simple set, centered, energies up and down the center. And as you continue, you'll naturally move into a little better level where the energies feel that they're coming up from deeper and coming down from higher up down. At the same time for me, because I'm playing with the center, the post pipeline that's here, feels a little fuller, So just things I notice tells me I'm moving along. At this level of energies up, energies down. There we go, boom. And I play with those energies up and down for a while. Let me measure it my way for you. Energies up seem to be about here. Okay. Energies down. Earlier was at my feet level. Now down. Deeper. It feels deeper than my feet. Yeah, feeling as a human being, I'd say, like my feet are 6 inches to a foot under the ground. Okay. Under the ground, yeah. If I was standing outside, I'd say, yes, my feet are in the ground. Okay, so my beat is getting fuller up and down. Now there's a balance here soon, should show. Energy's up, energy's down, and they should be balancing easy to the down. Up easy. Here we go. Okay. I think I'm at a balanced place. It just feels like a balanced place, a sense feeling. Okay. And from that balance, there's a natural emanation. Make up that word for now. Emanation out through the heavier, touches my body. I feel a little stronger. If we were throwing punches, boom, I'd let you punch me a bit. Not your best shot yet, but you could throw a shot at me. Just for fun, I'd take it. For a dumb example, sorry. Up energies, down energies, easy. Balance, someplace in there. They come to a balance. I feel fuller. I feel fuller. My desire to move out a bit more like this is natural. I'm not making it up. It's what my and that sound is natural. I'm not making it up. That's what it wants to do. It's emanating more out through the body. Okay, yeah. And remember, it's not just an idea. There has to be some inner sense experience. It's not an idea. Oh, yes, harmony in my body, up and down. Oh, yeah. Not a hell of a lot is going to happen. Okay, so yes, an idea. And then the actual forces, energies in this case, that are moving up and down, that having some room to move in, easy, settle open, have more room to move in, they'll naturally balance with each other. Are we okay so far? Okay. And it's up to you, once you got the sense of the game, to keep playing the game. Okay, so see if there's a next for you where maybe if you're getting a pipeline type thing, it shows a bit different. For example, for me, often it would show from a metal pipe to a sort of a plastic clearer pipe, where I can feel, sense, see the energies moving up through that clearer plastic pipe. Okay. Then it goes down deeper and therefore higher. So the height to the depth and the depth to the height. There are partners set up there. Okay. And as the energies are balanced, okay, at the balance point, I'm saying there's a natural emanation. Sure was. We could add things later, like at the balance point, there is a core, and we'll do that after a bit, core work on a healing format. And we say if there's a core of your energies mixing somewhat there, then there's also a character. I mentioned soak that, a sponge. Character comes right through there after a bit. Soak, and the character just sort of presents itself, shows itself here. Okay, it's like a happening. Am I getting too far ahead right now? The energy beats of up and down. That was O-sensei's first major. And by playing there a lot, he developed a very powerful body. He got strong fast from being a sickly kid. He got very strong. Okay, it wasn't long. Teenager, he's doing feats of strength. Very fast development. but he was basically working that pattern. Okay. In his form, he doing that pattern, but basically centered character, energies up and down, making a stronger character. All right. So in that sense, he went from being a sickly kid to a very strong teenager. Kind of a type of healing, we could say. Okay. Jump in. Give me something to mull on here before we move along. Somebody, any comments there? Hello.
Say Sean here.
Sean here.
Yeah. So when you were talking about healing and changing and things, I felt a sense of like magnetic and being as a healer, feeling like it's okay to feel magnetic and to draw out stuff, but not retain it. Would you speak something about that?
Okay, you're jumping ahead a bit, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Let's start simple first.
Okay.
Possibly you could feel magnetism with the up and down forces. It's like one's a he and the other's a she. Simple approach. Don't confuse that with boy girl. Just, but one has that sense and the other has the other sense. Okay. And as there's more room for them to activate and be present, you might feel a real draw from one to the next. They're hot for each other.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. And all the way down the line, things get very sexy. I go out my front yard and the blue jays are chasing each other around. And then the doves, they always travel in pairs. Da-da, da-da, da-da. Okay. So there's this attractive force. Okay.
Yeah.
Based on an original. Okay, so it seeps through everything.
Yep.
Anyway, you're talking about being a healer. I'm going to play with self-healing. Okay, I'm going to be, all sick people come at me. Screw you, keep your crutches outside my house. I'm not ready for you people. Okay?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
I don't have a big tent down in Georgia. You following where I'm going?
I know.
Okay.
I hear you. That's good. That's
don't
good.
Go there. No, go. I'm not there.
Yep.
I'm talking about personal.
Yep.
Personal.
Yep.
Personal.
So okay, here's a good one. When you were talking, you often talk about, like, when you're the hands of when you feel that sense of your hands being alive, there's a natural attraction, magnetism between the hands, and then putting that across your own body. I mean, as far as yoga is concerned, for me, that's where it's a lot about, is like a sense of self-massage and moving the energy within my own body. And I feel like that's what you're more about, what you're talking about, right? It's like, don't worry about anyone else. Check out yourself.
Yeah. I think Sensei said that in all those write-ups before class started. Clean your own act up first. Yep. Don't try to clean up other people's act. Take care of yourself first.
Good.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. Thank you.
But yeah, the hand things at a certain level of settling, finer dimension, easy settle. And there's energies emanating. You can feel them, actually. And if you're practicing seeing, you can see them with a little darker background, proper lighting, or no lighting kind of thing. You can see this thing going back and forth. Looks like white streams at first. Yep. A little bit better, and you feel, oh my God, it's repulsing here. And it's drawing and whatever. You feel the magnetism of it. It's just natural happening at a certain level. Okay.
Just out of admiration, I just want to say that one of the best gifts that you've ever given me was to say, imagine you can see something. then you demonstrate, and then you say, imagine you can see something. I mean, I've seen that, I've heard that over the years, and it's like every time when you say that, more and more and more is revealed.
Yeah.
It's exposed for what it is.
Yeah. And everybody can see things better if they settle and do the basics and get to a finer dimension. And right there are many possibilities.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. One is seeing the same situation, but at this level, you see it different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Remember,
I told you the story as hopefully an example. Betsy's father was a doctor, and he was leading a group of interns through the ward, and they stopped at one bed like they do, check them out. And he was very angry with the young interns because he said, can you see this guy's got a headache? And nobody saw that. And he got a little irked at them. Like, what the hell level? I'm making this up now. What level are you looking at this guy?
Yeah.
Can't you see, which is probably a bad word. Can't you sense, feel, see he has a headache?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
You can use the word, if you want, compassion.
I don't need that word. You're not here. Stay on track here. Don't add fancy word. Oh, yes, we're talking. Screw that. Here, self-healing. Boom. Don't throw me off with your fancy ass words, Sean. Don't amaze me and wow me with how fancy words. That's fraud in effect. Here come the commies. Stop it. Yeah. Click, click, sure. Click, click, click. Let's get there experientially, and then I'll listen.
Gotcha.
I'm not interested in throw-out words. Anyway, well, okay.
Thank you, Sean.
And I tried to, I mentioned this lady friend I had met at Esalen, and she was a veterinarian. And I was pretty good with dogs. I was still carrying over a lot of dog stuff in those years. So I had a fair good eye for dogs. But she could see things in dogs that was beyond me, you know. Okay. So I told you the story of we were walking by a house on Esalen property, and there was a dog out in the yard. And we walked in, she happened to glance at it and said, oh, the kids are riding on its back. Its back is, and I looked and I couldn't see a bad back. I've got a fair good eye. Okay. I couldn't see it, but I wanted to check her out. She was a new connection. So I went back and knocked on the door and talked to the lady at the house about the dog. And I said, did you know your dog has a bad back? Waiting for some retard. She said, oh, yeah, the kids ride on it. I tell them not to, but I said, damn, not only did you know he had a bad back, she knew why. Good eye. Must have been a hell of a vet. She could just spot things. And from a finer dimension, you see things other people can't see. Okay, now we'll bring in the healers after a bit. Susan would say yes. Elaine would probably say yes. Florida.
Amy.
No.
Daphne. Diane.
Justin.
They all seem to be in Florida.
I went blank here. The brain cells are going. Anyway, so again, we're going at the same old story, but I thought because of the age many of you are at and the shape you're in, that the healing thing might catch your attention and draw some interest, okay? I could say baseball, but we'd only have one. Steve from LA would tune in, but nobody else would. Okay? So healing is interesting to a lot of people, especially at a certain age group. Okay, healing. So the up and down basic 2-beat energy, finer and finer and finer, fuller and fuller and fuller, any place of balance. And again, if you're sense, feeling, experiencing, you can tell where that balance is. You can feel the balance, some form. Okay. Such a simple one. If you're interested in that one, continue. The beats do go down deeper and up higher. They do, the core center, not the core, the center pipeline of them will begin to show different. Okay. And that's where some of my stories came from when I teach. It's like a pipeline to an oil well, and the oil gushes up. That presentation to the students probably came from having a real feeling for a pipeline and much more energy flowing up and down. And hey, boom, better presentation. In this case, we're talking about healing. Okay, on that one. Let's see. A second possibility. Oops. Okay. We've presented. Do I want to do that one for a second? Oh, no, it's third. Second, core work. We've had a session on core. Let's quickly touch on it again. So like everyone knows about core these days, right? Every gymnasium, every Pilates person, whoever, core. And they're getting results because at first, the first core, let's call it, is a physical plexus. And when they get to activate that core, it lights up the whole body. The whole body potentially gets stronger. Okay. I think I had Paul Bowman talk about when he was first introduced to that core, and he made amazing progress. When he caught what core is, his weights increased a tremendous amount, so much it's like hard to believe, core. But because the core emanates through his body, suddenly he's adding 100 pounds on something, and on and on. It was in a short period of time. It's not time years of training. This is like fast. But Paul is kind of special in some ways. But anyway, the core emanation. So even at that level, people can pick it up physically. The physical gets better is all I'm trying to say. You continue. Easy. You're moving into a finer dimension. Easy, open, settle. Easy, inner, finer, moving into a finer dimension. Okay, the finer dimension has a core at that dimension. It's your core, it's you. Okay, but at that level dimension, that core begins to emanate more energy. So I have used the Tai Chi master pattern kind of thing. I think I presented the earlier level of core, which a little more energy involved. Tai Chi, where the arm movements get freer. Okay, these arm things just move better. Okay. That should be natural from that first, or that level of core. Emanates more freedom of upper body movement. Okay. As they continue, there's another inner, finer core, and suddenly the legs move better. They don't have to prepare to kick. It's like boom, boom, there's a kick. It's just there. Okay, and on and on and on, finer and finer and finer. Potentially. See, people get stuck along the way. They could get stuck at, oh boy, my arms are moving better. My block punch is getting I'm cool. Wow. And they stay there forever in a lifetime. Okay, level of comfortableness. They're happy. Too bad, because there is more. And I had a feeling they could tap them more. Maybe they can't, so I'll leave them alone. They're happy with their fancier, but they're better than the norm. Hey, look at me, I'm special. Okay, but I'm hoping you guys are more interested in the continuation or the more more finer, more original self view. Okay. If you're not, eventually you're going to drop away. Say, thank you, Nato, I can't take anymore. Okay. I call that level of comfortableness. Okay, core. So easy, settle. And start the game. There is a core. Easy, settle, open. Core, show yourself. Easy. Boom. I'm getting a faint image of a round ball here. Easy. And I don't get caught up. Gee, did I make that up? You're wasting time. You're wasting time. Easy, settle, open, core. Okay. Now it made not a dramatic move, but it's a little bit bigger, a little bit lower, a little sense of a little heavier. Okay. So I didn't have to worry about that I make that up because this one is much more obvious to me. It's definitely lower. I can almost feel the extra heaviness of it. Okay. And if you can't be as fast as I am, that's okay. I've been practicing for a while. Okay. But soon that would show. So don't waste your time diverting. Okay. We'll lose the potential of a straighter trajectory through all of this, eventually, potentially. Okay, core. Now, what is core? Core is a location. Open, finer core shows there. And what is core? Core is where your energies gather. You each have your own energy mix. We could call it color mix, or we could call it quality mix. Let's keep it simple right now. Your energy mix, the types of energy qualities that are comfortable for you, that you've hooked into, that you're related to. Okay. And the better, meaning finer, interdimensional core, the better it can radiate out as a healing factor. Kind of like if you're more balanced with your inner self or as inner self, yeah, it's better. As inner self, more balanced, that balance exudes, and we can begin to see it potentially in a healing. Okay. All right. Now, again, there are many levels, many dimensional levels. So I would think you'd get potentially some healing effect from even a first simple level. That's what we used to get with, I broke my arm and I'm going to stick my arm out there and energy, and they'd get results. But they weren't at a very deep level. This was a lot of them were kind of new at energy flow kind of thing. But they got results, okay? When we do that arm bend thing, somebody bends my arm, and I just settle and open, and more energy flowing through. And it's harder for them to bend the arm. Continue. It gets potentially impossible for that person, not impossible for everybody. Some monster will come around and bend your arm, you know. So I don't like the word unbendable arm. Somebody will say, oh, and bend it. But as a check for if you're at that level, that should be happening. Oh, it's starting to break down. Oh, okay, you need a better level. You settle and open into a finer energy dimension and a finer energy dimension, boom, stronger arm. Okay, so it's just a check for, are you in the right zone? See, if you're just having an idea about, yes, I know how energy flows, they bend your arm, okay? Or you hang in there and I'm in flowing energy. No, you're not. You're straining your ass off. What are you talking? So it gives you a chance to check, was that internalized, manifesting naturally to the outer? It's just a check. Okay. It's just meant to be a check. All right. Oh, where am I going? Where am I going? Core, core, core. So core, finer core, your energies, your qualities, it's like a gathering spot. There we go, gathering spot. And those energies emanate, okay? Now, if we're going to play with healing, I'm not sure. I kind of, if I play a bit with that, I kind of say healing core, in case there's a little variation of core when I throw that word healing core. And I'm not sure yet. Okay. But definitely a gathering zone for your qualities. And the finer your inner sensing, experiencing them, the more they can radiate out through the finer energy body you, through the heavier physical body you, and maybe even a bit more. Okay. Don't know if I covered it good enough. Did I miss something there? Is that thing okay? Yeah. Any comments there? Feel free.
Sensei, this is Justin. I'd like to add or to magnify something that you said. When we're talking about self-healing, self-care also comes to mind. Things that we do that we need to do to attend to our own self-need, like hygiene, for example. This kind of checking in and settling and opening should be done like the other things we maybe should do on a mandatory level for our own self-care as an ordinary thing day to day.
Yeah. That's why I'm throwing out these possibilities. What do I want? What would I like? I'd like people to catch on to this inner dimensional, finer boom. What do I have to do to get you interested in this? I'll teach the golfers to settle better. Do I give a shit about their golf game? I don't think so, but I would teach them, because if they can get centered a bit and be a little more present, they got a first piece of it. Maybe they'll continue and go, what is this centering stuff? Because I can really hit that ball better. It's smoother. It goes further. Wow. Maybe I've hooked them, or their own systems had a chance to hook them and continue. I'll come at it any which way I have to come at it to get it going. Okay? You see? So yeah, Aikido techniques and all that stuff. Oh yeah, that's cute, but that's the work, the inner work. Okay? I don't know, say the real work. And if you like that form as your approach pattern, hey, cool. And then I'll mention healing form. And some of you are a little will say, yes, healing. How do I do that? Inner. It's the same process, basically. Just coming at it from a different angle. Okay. So I say to Steve, who's into baseball, Sadaharu O. He picked up something from O Sensei. He went from he was a pro, but his batting was not too cool. And he caught on to something. He became the hitting champion, not just of Japan, but his score, his batting thing was like, wow. Okay, you'd know about him if he was American, unfortunately Japanese. So, and you probably don't think much about Japanese baseball, but they got some good boys on there. If you notice, the American teams hire them sometimes. So you'll see Japanese players, and you'll see a few American players on a Japanese team. So don't know if they're equal, but anyway, Sadaharu was caught on to something, and he was hitting different than a normal human being hits. Okay. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. So anything that facilitates and gives you a reason to do this work, to do this process, to catch on to the potential wows of it. I mean, didn't O-Sensei was trying to wow you about this by saying, look it, you can't defeat me. And all the martial artists said, wow. Okay, because they were interested in martial arts. And he would do little games, you know, to catch your attention. Like the walk faster at the train station where we had to run to keep up with him. An old man, and we're young and we're running, for God's sake. There's little games. Hey, check this out, you know, kind of thing. Should catch your attention. It's up to you to figure out what's going on here. Okay. But some people stop at wow, sensei, and that's it. They don't do anything. Whatever. So the core approach, easy, kind of like a ball of energy, if you would, finer and finer. And it naturally emanates, and in there's a healing capability. Okay. The core, I'm wondering if we shouldn't, if you're advanced, don't have the core just be a ball in your belly, but it's finer and finer, that the core may be equal to your whole system. Let's say you have you're a field. Okay, you're a field. That the core is that whole field. It's not just a ball here. Okay, so that might facilitate. I don't know if I said that well, if you caught that. No big deal. A ball radiating is good enough, but I think it's more than a ball. Okay.
Bob, I'd actually say if you could say that again, I think that was so important.
I don't know if I
What
can.
was it you said?
If I can.
That it's more than a little ball, it's a whole field of energy is actually your core.
Yeah. And I'll do another overlay. We've got a little bit overlay going on here. Balance of energies, qualities. Okay. Core, character. Bobby Robert Nadeau. That's what that meant. It's character here. Okay. An inner finer. It's not a body character per se, but there is an inner finer energy, but finer body kind of thing. So it's possible that the core will show as a fullness sphere, S-P-H-E-R-E. Possibly. Just be open. I wouldn't worry about that the first time. Just play core as core. Play the next one a little bit finer, better. You don't have to, oh boy, and it's as big as the body, and that's core. And you're going in, oh, yes, it's core, yes. Don't be so fast. Yes, but click, 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 click. Later, your clicks get very fast. Later, you can click, clack. But don't be in a rush for speed. Don't mind a couple of clicks to establish basics, so to speak. And then just continue then. Now it can start to get smoother a bit faster. Okay? So what I'm trying to say is I wouldn't skip the first couple of chords to go for that chord that's a big sphere here. I wouldn't be so fast. It'll show. I'm just saying, by the way, if this happens to show, yeah, I think that's cool. Seems to be. You tell me. That's all I can say again on that. Whoa, where does the time go? Now, Anything for a minute on whatever?
Yes, Sensei.
Huh?
Sean here.
Yes.
I have a feeling that there's something about when you notice that things resonate, when you have a sense that things click on another level, and you don't need to identify it, you need to go into it. It's just a sense of resonation, and you just go with it. And it's non-verbal, non-intellectual. Would you speak on that?
No, but 1 by 2 by 3 by.
Yeah, good.
Over that one again.
Yep, that's good.
Okay,
That's
you're
good.
moving from 1 by to 2 by. You're entering a 3 by. Now, at first, it might feel like nothing's here. It's empty. You don't know. Easy. 3 by. Now things begin to happen. I get a vague sense of a center, a vague sense of the parameters of it, the circle of it, if you would. Easy. 3 by 3. There's some activity, something moved. There's some movement going on. Okay. And then that energy movement mixes up core character. And there you are, you're a 3 by 3, you're experientially, not just something you know, you're experiencing yourself as a 3 by 3. Remember, the 1 by 1 guy was kind of crowded in, oh shit, the world. And this guy starts to, hey, welcome the world. Within reason, give me some problems, I can handle them. Within reason as a 3 by 3. So whatever you're talking about, you should be able to use that as a reference. Okay. Is that all right?
Excellent. Thank you, Sensei. Thank you.
All right. Healing. Is Diana Florida on?
Yes, I'm here.
Diana, real quick, in your couples workshop, did you do the energy hands partner?
Hmm.
No.
Yeah, sometimes it wasn't. It didn't become. Yes and no. A version of it. Yes.
What I was going to present real quick, I don't want to get into detail here. We're running out of time, but in doing a couple sitting, making hand contact, they begin, as they settle easy, they begin to catch there's energy, or you might mention it to them to prep them for it, but they begin to feel the energy currenting through, continue to settle, and they may feel a continuation of that, but more like they're beginning to, in energy, touch each other than the hands. Okay. And eventually or soon or whatever, you would notice their relationship is better with each other because they would say so. They would talk about that. Oh, I have more caring for her. I have more understanding of her or something. If you're doing a lot of that, that should have shown anyway. Not to get into your business, but and so I'd say, oh, we could call that couples healing, couldn't we? And what did we do? We settled, got to a finer dimension, just happened to be in the context of a partner relationship. And we settled, got into a finer dimension, and things begin to naturally show and happen. So the couple that was, say, bickering a lot, suddenly here, they're not interested in bickering. If they really get a flavor, really experience it, they may not bicker at all later, or very few times compared to what they used to do. Whatever, depends on them, right? But isn't that a type of healing, couples healing? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you. All right, what's our third one here? Oh, okay, the mind-body, big phrase in Aikido. I sort of don't like the words mind-body because there's a tendency of go, my idea, idea, and that body. And they think my idea and my body. It's not quite the right flavor for it, for me. Okay, but following that, and following this simple one I've shown you, we've done more than once. I have an idea. I would like to stand better, whatever better means. I'll leave it open. I'd like to stand better. Okay, easy, settling, opening. The energies are gathering. I'm a little slow right now. They're gathering. Not quite yet, but here it comes. Here it comes. Boom. Boom. So that was the partnership between the idea presented and its partner, the energy. Okay. So I was wondering about using that. Let me double check anything I missed here. 16. Okay. I don't know. So let's say your illness. Okay, just basic. I would like to be healthier. I would like to be healthier. Okay, easy. That idea is being presented to its partner. I would like to be healthier. And the energies, qualities, are radiating. And in my case right now, they're mixing up a character. I'm getting a clean looking, he's even glowing a bit, young guy. I kind of recognize him from other meditation work. He's what I call the golden boy. He's related to the golden boy. Okay. It's not just a visual picture out here. This is an inner sense, okay? If after playing here for some minutes or for a while, you don't happen to say, gee, you look handsomer now, I'd be surprised. I would have to double check my work. Okay, so the idea to its partner responds. You could add the other things maybe. They respond and creating a core, because the energies, qualities, core character, all of that emanating to take care of through the dimensions, you're in finer, to the heavier that was interested in healing because he was off. Okay, so some possibility of using the idea to the energy and the energy response. Okay, in whatever form, if you got the sense of it, whatever form feels comfortable, whether you use that as a core or just a, here comes the energies and they're pervading. So whatever, they're pervading the system. And then again, back at it, hit them again, and boom, they're pervading. So general pervading, radiating, or you can throw the core in and use that as a reference radiation point, or the character that's there. Character that's there. Let me see. Is that sort of okay? Sort of, kind of, maybe, huh?
Very much so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. I've been sort of involved in and out with this stuff for quite a while, and I'm never sure what's clear out there. Sorry. Again, not just the idea, but some inner experiential sense. Okay. Now double check, because you can have an idea about inner experiential sense. It's tricky, that. That's why I like those simple checks. Brad, 1 second. Just a light finger. Like little finger on top of my arm. No, it's a hand. Little finger. That's not a little. There we go. I have to get better help around here. And just okay. Not so heavy. Not for starters. I'm not there yet. I'm back in Bobby land. It's strange. Easy, settle. Help. Okay, bit better?
Yes.
Yeah. And it came from Laura, and I felt it. What am I trying to say here? It's not an idea. An idea, I can't quite get enough of the energy. A little bit maybe, but not really. The energy. The energy itself. Oh, that's a better one. The thing itself. And to catch that, yes, have an idea, but its partner actually present. Whatever you want to call that, experiencing itself, experiencing, creating the character you. Well, since I tried to tell you when he said, put it in your body. Put all this awareness stuff in your body where it gets activated as an actual something. Okay. See, again, that's where he was different than just the awareness meditator types. He picked up a piece we probably knew about at one time or forgot about, or time to bring it in at this age. And that was the harmony between the two forces. Okay. Not just meditate, but experience as you're meditating would be more proper. Experience. Okay. And that's why I like the little check, so you can tell if you're experiencing. Okay. Thank you, Brad. And Brad, that's the little finger. Where the hell are we? Mind-body relationship in relationship to healing. Okay. What? So for those of you talking to Gina, Florida. Now, Gina, you like the big darks. You love to in the big dark. For me, that infers an ability of going deeper, of letting go of the heavier dimensions to get to a finer level, at which time things light up again at that finer level. So I expect you in playing with healing, for example, to, from that finer, whatever core character radiation of your qualities in a healing form. I expect you to operate from a finer level pretty quick because you like that downtime so well, that trading in, that letting go. You really like that. Tells me you can hit that self level pretty good, pretty easy, whatever. Again, I'm not sure if I'm saying things right tonight. Is Danny on?